Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Oh, I forgot to put my headphones on. It would help if I did that. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm going to talk with you guys about some updates in relation to the FEMA stuff and just a lot of what's been going on today, but certainly, especially with FEMA, because we have some updates. We have some updates. And actually, I'm going to switch it to this one. Hope everybody's been having a good day today. It's hump day. So, the week is almost over. It is almost over. Almost over. But it looks like that it looks like that I got some updates on Ted Cruz. Hey David, good afternoon. How are you? How are you? How are you? Now, just to let you guys know, Ted Cruz is now saying he doesn't want to get rid of FEMA. He said Joe Biden politicized FEMA. And now Ted Cruz doesn't want to get rid of it. You know why? Because Texas don't have enough money for this shit. But to that I say too fucking bad. They campaigned on it. And Republicans agreed with it, said that they wanted more control over their disaster relief, said that they wanted to take care of themselves. But when it come time to pay, like usual, conservatives, they just pat their pockets. Oh man, I left my wallet at home. No, you didn't. They do it every time. They always leave their wallet at home when it's time for conservatives to pay for the very things that they told. Didn't people say they voted to have more states' rights? Isn't that why some people said they voted for Trump this time? They voted Republican ticket because they wanted to take over more power. Hey, Maribel. Hey, beautiful. Remember when they told us that? Oh, I want more control over my life. I want government out of my life. We don't need no stinking FEMA. This, that. Fast forward to now. A disaster happens. Reality sets in. Hey, Tasha. Good afternoon, beautiful. Reality starts to set in when the storm pops up. Hey, Dr. Africa. Now, all of a sudden, Republicans love FEMA again. There's only one problem, though. The guy that they are behind is pushing the agenda of Project 2025 that wants FEMA to go away. Congress voted to cut their funding, of which Republicans did, right? They cut the funding. And guess what? Trump still has not appointed anybody to head FEMA. That's not an accident. There is literally no one right now in the driver's seat to lead FEMA. I'm gonna just drop that there. So Trump wants to get rid of FEMA. That's what he campaigned on. But Trump is smart enough to know not to have that conversation right now because a reporter did ask him. And he's smart enough not to have the conversation right now. For the moment. Quiet, top dog. Get out. Don't nobody care what you got to say. Get out of here. I already got 2 dogs. I don't need no more. Bye. We don't make excuses for bad government in here. We don't do that. That's what conservatives do. They make excuses for bad government. I don't make excuses for the things that I pay for. See, we pay for that shit. So I'm not going to sit here and co-sign bad choices. I don't co-sign it for liberals. I'm not going to co-sign it for conservatives. Like, what are we doing? But it's so funny to me right now to watch conservatives beg for federal funding. Now Ted Cruz wants to preserve FEMA. No. They only want to preserve it because their ass is up against the wall. That's the only reason why they want to preserve it. No, they are selfish and they are leeches. All red states do is take money from us. They drag down the union. They don't add as much as they take away. And didn't they say they wanted to break away from the union? Ain't it funny how when they need money, it's like the child that says they're gonna leave home, but every time realization sets in, they don't have the funds and the resources to do it. They run back to their parents and grovel and beg for money. It's the same thing. That's what red states do. Hey, Rosalind, good afternoon, beautiful. That's exactly what they do. That same thing. Talk all that shit. Pop all that shit all the time. But when it comes time to show and prove, conservatives are socialists. Hey, Sinopa. Hey, beautiful. I tried to tell y'all before. Conservatives are socialists. They fake ass socialists. They don't want to be honest about it. Yep, they accuse liberals and independents of big government. But for real, conservatives are the party of big government. Now, they'll try to trick you and say, hey, we're not about big government because we got rid of agencies. Yeah, they'll get rid of some agencies, but they'll expand other agencies. Who created the Department of Homeland Security? Republicans. Democrats didn't create that. Republicans created DHS. Every time there's an expansion in government, Republicans. They love fucking big government. And let me tell you something. The government look, they'll say it ain't so big because it can fit in a woman's uterus. Oh, dang, I hit the wrong, look. That was an accident, look. When you hit the wrong sound effect. Hey, Monica, hola. That's why I said these people talk all that shit. I'm for matching their energy. What did I tell y'all a long time ago? I match conservative energy. So my mindset is, I'm going to tell you what my mindset is. My mindset is, well, isn't this what they voted for? Didn't they vote to be self-sufficient? Didn't they vote to take care of themselves? Didn't they vote for no government interference? Isn't that what they voted for? All of a sudden now, it's what I told y'all all the time. Conservatives always have their hands out begging for government money. They're always trying to get your money and my money all the time. And first of all, good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody had a beautiful day today. It's hot. But hey, according to conservatives, there's no global warming. According to conservatives, there is no global warming. But it's hot, though. Remember I told y'all there was another flash flood in New Mexico. I think it was last night. Several people were unalived in that weather event. It's fat, and there have been multiple flash floods across Texas this month already, and it's only the 9th. Thank you so much, Sinopa. Thank you, beautiful. It is sad to see, Lovey, but you know what's even more sad? The same people who cheered on a party that said they were going to get rid of all the social safety nets is now crying, going, but what about us? We need help. Wait a minute, that's socialism. I thought you guys said you weren't socialists. So why are you looking to the federal government to save you? Shouldn't they be looking at Texas local government to save them? Oh yeah, that's right. Their local government already failed them once. So they're not for trusting that shit again. And I don't blame them. But this is what they voted for. This is why I keep saying elections have consequences. The shit all cute and funny up until. It's real cute and funny up until. Then when the shit hits the fan, reality set. Didn't I tell y'all? Haven't I been telling y'all the whole time? You can't push propaganda when your reality doesn't align with the propaganda. I told y'all. When your house is floating down the river, all that bullshit Trump and Republicans are talking about goes out the window. All of a sudden, we wake up. It's too late then, though. You fucked. You're fucked because you voted for a party that don't give a shit about you. Oh, I live being a victim? Yeah, that'd be true if I was a registered Republican. Bye. I love the people. You're being a victim. No, I am not a registered Republican, sir. I don't know who you think I am. I'm a proud socialist. White Sheriff's Association is looking to blame a black sheriff for the lack. They can try. Ain't on him either. They want to put it on one person. It ain't on one person. You need a conglomerate of people to protect you from brutal weather events, especially things that happen really fast. One person isn't going to get you there. You need a collection of people. But rich people, see, this goes back to what I said before. Rich people don't know how government works, except to take from it. So the rich person got elected, took this shit away from government because he didn't understand how it worked, and his sidekicks are rich. They don't get how it works. Shit hits the fan. Everybody's looking for somebody else to blame. But see, what did I tell you? My grandmama said, shit rolls uphill. Trump's in charge. It all goes back to him. Even if you hired the people, it still go back to you. That's why I asked the question, well, even in this scenario, what is FEMA doing? Because FEMA doesn't have a director at all. Trump didn't appoint anybody. So Congress hasn't approved anybody because the president has appointed no one. Charlie Kirk is pushing that agenda against the black sheriff. But we know that's not true. You know how you combat that? You say, okay, well, this is the thing. So you're saying the black sheriff is the reason why the flood, people weren't warned? So this is my question. So a white person gave that black sheriff the job, right? Shit rolls uphill, correct? So explain this to me. Riddle me this, Batman. Y'all didn't have no qualified white people to be sheriff? That's how you flip the shit. Because people like Charlie Kirk be like, Exactly. Shut all the way the hell up, Charlie. Charlie's mediocre. That's why he screams so loud. The only thing exceptional about Charlie Kirk is his gums. That's it. There is nothing else exceptional there. Just them gums. And that's why he hates so much. Because he's mediocre as fuck. We know it. Charlie knows we know it. Charlie knows he's mediocre. But yet, to your point, Sanopa, no, there is no director of FEMA right now. Trump did not appoint a director of FEMA on purpose, remember? Their whole thing was they was going to get in there and bust it up and destroy it. So why would he appoint a director? Why would he appoint someone to make it work, right? But karma's a bitch. And that karma is coming back tenfold. You understand? That karma's coming back tenfold because now, even if you got FEMA on the ground, you don't have a strategy. You don't have a director. The strategy was to destroy it, remember? Well, guess what? Hey, man, elections have consequences. But what did I tell y'all long before this storm even happened? Didn't I say I wasn't donating to shit? Didn't I tell y'all? I told y'all. I said I'm not donating to nothing. That's socialism. And conservatives say they don't like socialism. So why would I force myself on somebody who don't want it? I'm a proud socialist over here. See, this is where the rubber meets the road. Folks got to decide who they are. Are you an individual that doesn't need anybody? Or do you understand that you're a part of a collective and you pay into it and you should expect it to work for you? But if you don't expect it to work for you, that's fine. You sit your ass over there. But don't you dare get in the way when FEMA shows up to help me. Don't you ask where my help is. No, you're not a socialist. They're going to learn the hard way. And Sunshine, I want Trump to go to Texas and throw paper towels like he did in Puerto Rico. Real shit. I want him to go and do it because I already know what kind of reaction he's going to get if he takes his ass to Texas and throws those people paper towels. I dare him to. I guarantee a lot of those people who was riding with him won't ride with him no more. Guaranteed. You know, I'm wondering when he's going to use... I thought Trump would have used the magic Sharpie to stop the flood from happening. But at last, he must have been playing golf at the time and didn't get a chance to do it. Willie, that is the point, that people are supposed to pay in and then use those services. But conservatives have tricked people into thinking you should still pay federal income taxes and pay federal taxes, but all your tax money go to rich people and big businesses. That's what they've convinced people it should be. Hey Jess, hey beautiful. You've seen a MAGA TikTok whining. Oh, I saw one right before I came on here and laughed my ass off. I wish the fuck I would help her. Fuck her. Remember, she laughed, she joked. This lady laughed about alligator, Alcatraz, all that. Oh, you saw the same woman then. So I'm like, fuck her. What did I tell y'all? My heart bleeds peanut butter. I will help her do nothing. Nothing. I'm not wishing ill will on her, but I ain't gonna help her ass. Not at all. No, I didn't chill, but I just told people mentioned it, Charlie Kirk, to me, and I said what I would say. I said, oh, you had a black sheriff, so that meant a white person had to put that black sheriff in place, right? So you mean to tell me, hold up, you're saying that the black sheriff was mediocre. You mean to tell me it was white people that were worse than him? It was white people less qualified and less mediocre than him, so that's the only option you had? What kind of fucking town is this? That's how you deal with that. Because I'm telling you, people like Charlie Kirk will be like, what? You heard what I said. I ain't stutter. It ain't like he came in the office and said, I'm going to be sheriff. Ain't shit y'all can do about it. We know that didn't happen. Right? Right. These people are so full of shit. Y'all just got to learn to call them on their shit. See, me, I'll call them out on it. Because I want you to prove how far you willing to go. Because the thing is, people like Charlie Kirk, Charlie not that smart either. He just loud. That's the only thing about Charlie Kirk. Charlie's loud, but he ain't smart. Y'all saw that when he did that Cambridge debate. Them kids at Cambridge ate his ass up. Do you heard me? Ate his ass. It was lightweight shit for them kids because they know how to really prepare for debates. Charlie's not a debater. He's a rage baiter. That's the difference. Yeah, he tried to talk fast with them, but that shit didn't work with them. Because with smart people, talking fast don't mean nothing. We heard what you said. We taking mental notes, and we gonna be ready for you when you stop running your fucking mouth. But talking fast, because people tried to do that on my live. In the beginning, I used to allow conservatives up on my live, and they tried to do that fast talking shit, and I mute them. I say, no ma'am, you're not gonna do no run-on sentence here with me. Commas and periods have a purpose, and we gonna use them even when we speak. Semicolons, colons, we gonna use all that shit, even when we speak. And they didn't like it. I didn't give a shit. Because that's just another manipulation ploy. Talk real fast. Try to bombard you with a whole bunch of shit that don't mean nothing. And then I got to a point, once more people started coming to my lives, I felt like I had a responsibility not to put people up on the panel who just making shit up. Because people scroll through TikTok, they hear things. People don't always stick around to hear the full conversation. And to hear me say that's not true. So I said, you know what? It's enough avenues on TikTok and social media for them to spread false information and fake news. I don't need to be one more place for them to do that. That's why I don't do it. That's why I don't do it. Yep, they turned down that funding under the Biden-Harris administration. That's why I laugh at their lieutenant governor saying now they're going to do it. Shut the fuck up. Y'all could have been did it for these people, but you didn't. But it ain't even just that. They didn't want it. The community didn't want it. I want to know where those people are from that meeting where I showed y'all the transcript in that video I did. I want to know where those people are right now. That's who the media needs to go find. Those people who were so fucking vocal in that meeting and had so much to say about not taking money from a communist government. Hey, Nayela, good afternoon, beautiful. Go to them and talk to them and say, hey, you said years ago that you weren't going to take money from a communist government, so y'all gave the money back. So doing that, this is the result. What do you have to say for the decision that you helped to make? But see, that media is trash. That mainstream media, they not going to talk about that shit. They not going to ask those questions. Just like when they asked Trump about Epstein and Trump went on that rant, whack ass media. What they should have said after that was when Trump said that Epstein was a creep, what the reporter should have said was, excuse me, Mr. President, Was he a creep before or after you were hanging out with him as besties? But the media won't say that. They won't say shit like that. That's the real question. When did he become a creep, sir? Before or after you stopped hanging out with him? Somebody need to ask that question, but the media will not ask those questions. They softball every fucking thing. Why? Because y'all got to remember, they work for the same rich people I'm talking about. So while the media will sit on TV and pop that shit and all of that, the ones who are giving you real media, like real information, are the people who are not employed by big multi-million-dollar media companies. That's where you're getting honest news from. Now, I'm going to be honest. Not everybody. Some people just spread fake fucking news. But for me, I don't have a desire for that shit. That's why I try to go get information and learn so I can tell y'all what's really happening. Like when we talked about the Supreme Court thing the other day, and people were saying, oh, it lets Trump fire government employees again. Well, that's not really what the decision was. The decision was that Trump could require agencies to draw up plans to do a reduction in force. But however, the courts are saying you still got to go through the proper process. Right, like Roland Martin. I like that Roland Martin never went back to mainstream TV. I really do. I like that Don Lemon never did. Because now we getting the Don Lemon that we love. Now we see we could never get Don Lemon because the corporate giants would not let us get the real Don Lemon. Now we get the real Don Lemon. And I like this Don Lemon. That's the real Don Lemon. I ain't like that fake one that the corporation made him be. I ain't like that person. This person though I love. Anderson Cooper about to leave too. I can believe it. Anderson Cooper's a real journalist. And quiet as kept, CNN not going. Y'all got to remember, CNN is owned by conservative think tank groups too, a conservative person too that's hardcore conservative. They just want to make money. This is why you see some of the views you see on CNN from Republicans, that they allow them to lie on that network. That's why. Yep, there it is. Rosalind just told you CNN and Fox News is owned by the same person. So it's the same fucking news, just a different channel. That's why I don't really fuck with CNN like that. Because CNN is Fox News light. I like Rachel Maddow. I still like Rachel. I used to like Melissa Harris Perry until MSNBC pushed her off. She had a great show. A great Saturday show, Melissa Harris Perry. But MSNBC being MSNBC, instead we end up with Katie Tur. Get out of here. I can't stand Katie Tur. I can't stand Katie Tur. She's horrible. She's just as bad as that other lady. I don't think she's on air no more. They finally took her ass off. The older lady. Ooh, and she's married to the former Fed chair. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Andrea Mitchell. I couldn't stand Andrea Mitchell. She was another one. All she could talk about all day was Joe Biden, Joe Biden, Joe Biden. Especially Joe Biden's age. And I'm looking at Andrea Mitchell going, bitch, you ain't that much younger. I've watched this show and watched you fall asleep on this shit while you're on air. Get out of here. Yep, Joy Reid, I'm glad Joy gone. I'm glad John Acosta. I'm glad all these people, we're finally getting them to be able to tell us real news because they don't have corporate bigwigs. Oh, I didn't know Jen Psaki left too? I didn't know that she did. She did? Because I really like her too. Which means we're going to get real Jen Psaki. Oh, she hasn't left yet. Damn. But when she does, we're going to get all the tea. Watch. Watch. We're going to get all the tea when she leaves. I'm going to tell you somebody else who I'm waiting to leave. What's the dude that does all the election stuff, but he does it like football? Steve, what's his name? Y'all know who I'm talking about on MSNBC. He does politics when he's talking about it like it's football. I just can't think of his name right now. I can see his face, but can't think of his name at this moment while I'm sitting here in the live. Karnacki. I can't wait till Karnacki goes on too. Karnacki don't leave. Kornacki don't need, he don't need MSNBC. He don't need them. He don't need them. He don't need them. Quiet as kept. When I do turn on, during like when elections are happening, I just want to see him talk. I don't give a shit about Joe Scarborough. I don't give a shit about Mika Brzezinski. You understand? Now I do like Michael Steele along with is it Alicia Menendez and the other young lady. I like those three together. That's a nice show too. But I want them to be off that network so they can have real conversations. Because they can't even have a whole conversation. I know they can't. I know they can't. I can't wait for them to go on. See, that's the beautiful thing about social media. Thank you all so much. Whatever that goal is. Look, I just hit the thing to come in the thing and it does that. Thank you all so much. But that's when we're going to get real media. Just like there's a video I put up this morning. I'm surprised nobody in the media is talking about it, which was a surprise to me, where I talk about Wi-Fi. Yeah, Simone Sanders Townsend. I like her too. Where I talked about Wi-Fi in that video and had said that Congress changed something in relation to Wi-Fi. It's crazy to me that not one mainstream media is talking about that at all. At all. For many of us, that Wi-Fi has bridged the gap for all of us. But then the rich people gonna mess with that too. Rich people messing with that too. When they mess with your Wi-Fi, they mess with your ability to make money outside of their structures. Pay attention. That's one of the reasons why Joe Biden and Barack Obama was really big about getting Wi-Fi all across rural America to help level the playing field for them. But Republicans don't want that. They like them in the dark. Oh, you're very welcome, nobody here. You said Omar seems to be holding his own. Good, good. Oh, you have an outage right now? Pretty feet. Oh, man. Yeah, I see a lot of people talking about Spectrum right now. I think Spectrum is dealing with a Wi-Fi outage or something like that. At least on my videos, several people who have Spectrum have said that oh, you have Optimum. Okay. Hey, Wolf, how are you? Good afternoon. Yeah, so something's going on. But again, what did I tell y'all? I said rich people want everything. If they could own the air and charge you to breathe it without killing themselves, guaranteed. Oh, I can tell you, Xfinity's trash. That's that damn Comcast. I call them Comtrash. I don't have Comcast. I don't have cable. But my Wi-Fi is through Verizon. I don't really like them either, but they're the only option in my area. And it's slow as hell, over $100 a month, and it's slow. And if you want faster internet, you gotta pay them more money. I'm like, yo, when I first got this internet, it was $50. Yep, like in Spaceball. May the Swords be with you. Man, I used to love me some Spaceballs. We ain't found shit. Man, listen, don't start with me, nerd alert. Just internet, I'm not crazy about either. Yeah, but I'm like, now I'm gonna tell y'all something. I used to have Comcast. No, I haven't tried T-Mobile internet. I don't think it's in my area, nerd alert. I live in a pretty rural area. It ain't even really rural. You can call it suburban because we have cows, we got horses, all that shit. I'm only like 15 minutes from town, but we can't get shit out here, nerd alert. I can't even get a pizza delivered out here, beloved. The pizza man said, nah, you're not getting us. Because we say if it's hot, if it ain't hot, it's free. Bitch, by the time we get to your house, we know it won't be. Nope. Yeah, so, no. And if you guys could tap that like button and the share button, and with the share, copy link counts as a share. Thank you so much. Even if you don't send it to anybody. Verizon would charge, Verizon charges a lot of fees on their bill. Comb your Verizon bill at all times. Oh, T-Mobile has had a lot of data breaches. I don't have a metal roof. I just got sucky ass internet. You're right. You really don't want pizza if it ain't New York style pizza. But being in the DMV, you ain't getting no New York style pizza here. Look, the closest they'll tell you is Sbarro's, and that ain't New York style pizza. But quiet as kept, there is a local place I go to here called Napoli's. They are so good. They're owned by a Greek family. They make great pizza, but I go there for this other dish. Ooh, and I can't think of the name of it right now. It starts with an M. That shit is so good. It's like eggplant and beef or something. That thing is so good. Oh, it's so good. Oh, you have one there too in Dallas. I'm in Maryland, Dawn. Yeah, so we don't have great New York style pizza. I mean, I guess you could find some hole in the wall spot, but I don't know of a spot. If anybody know of one local, let me know, because I don't know of a spot. Oh, the best pizzas made by Greece. Yeah, they have great pizza at Napoli. You pay $160 for Comtrash. That's crazy. Let me tell you a secret about Comtrash. Something that can help you. Every few months, call Comtrash and threaten to leave. They'll knock something off your bill repeatedly. Just do it every few months. My mother taught me that when I used to have Comcast. Every few months, just call them and threaten to cancel. Every few months, just call them and threaten to cancel. Then they will work something out with you. Yep. Because Comcast will just keep raising the rate. You have to play games with Comcast, or you're just going to get fucked over every time. They just keep raising the rates. And then check your bill. Because on that bill, I know back in the day, they used to charge you for making a donation. But you don't get the tax write-off. Comcast does. I used to call and say, take that shit off my bill. You want to donate $5 to schools, you do it out of your fucking profits. What you're not going to do is charge it on my fucking bill, and then I don't get no write-off. Take that shit off. Yup, I'm a petty bitch. Take it off. Yup, look at that bill. Look at your Comcast bill. They charge you to donate to your community. Oh, no, not me. Not me. If you're going to make a donation, you can do it out of your fucking profits. Don't you dare look me in my face and charge me on the bill and call it charity that you're donating that you get the tax write-off for. Oh, I been got rid of cable. I don't even have cable, Sue Q. I don't. I pay $15 a month to get everything I need, even pay-per-view. Fuck that shit. And everything, even movies, everything. Nope. Never again. Like they say, I will never have cable again. Ever. It is just too many ways that you can watch live TV without cable. Too many. Yep, to nobody's point. Too many. So, I cut that cord on cable before COVID, if I'm not mistaken. It was before COVID, and never looked back. Never looked back, and have had no desire to look back. Anything I want to see, I can see it. Yeah, Tubi has a lot of good stuff. Tubi does. Who else? It's a couple of apps I use. Yeah, Tubi has good stuff. I'm trying to think of the other one I use. Shit. You listen, age is a bitch. I'm going to write them down so I have them next time. Yeah, Pluto TV, but that wasn't the one I was going to say either. I was going to say, shit. I can't even remember their name now. My daughter uses them all the time to watch a lot of movies and TV shows and stuff. I just can't remember the name. Nope, it's not Freevee. Yeah, Freevee's another good one. Yep, my daughter loves Freevee. She loves Freevee. I don't have Hulu, because don't you got to pay for Hulu? You got to pay for Peacock too, don't you? I'm not paying for all that shit. You got to pay for Sling TV too? I'm not paying for that shit. Like I told y'all, I pay $15 a month. I get everything, even pay-per-view. Even international channels and music. And I can record, and I can pause. Fuck that shit. I can record, I can pause. It's portable, I can take it anywhere I want. Hell, I used to have TV service till they stopped giving it. It was $10 a month. I got everything. Plus, I had an app where I could watch it on my phone. You send me a DM, because they jive underground. So I don't want to be on TikTok. So anybody want to know, just send me something. And I can tell you about it. But I don't want to say it ain't because TikTok be tripping. You can't do shit over here. Because I get my hookers. My dad tells me places to get TV service and stuff. Because he don't believe in paying for cable prices. So he'll call me and say, hey, I got a new service I found out about. Or if my father has like 2 or 3 services he uses. Because he uses for different things, to watch different things that he wants to see. But listen, when my other service went out, I called my father. I said, hey, I need a new service. What you using? What else you using? I know you using 2 or 3. And he gave me another one. Signed right up. Done. Hell, I remember the last TV service I had better tech support than DirecTV. Literally. They had better tech support than DirecTV. That's for $10 a month. Man, it's not that these companies couldn't do it. They don't want to do it. They want to take our money and have us pay. And my thing was, I got tired of paying for channels I didn't need or didn't watch. Stop letting them people do that shit to y'all, man. Yep, YouTube has free movies too. I watch a lot of my programming on YouTube, honestly. A lot of programming I watch on YouTube. Oh, where's Lester? I see somebody talked about Lester Holt. Where's Lester Holt right now? Is he doing news anywhere or he just retired? VC box costs $300, but have all the premium and sports channels. I'm not paying $300. That's a lie. That's too rich for my blood. Girl, you know I squeeze 5 quarters out of a dollar. Oh, he's over on Dateline. Okay. Yeah, YouTube is the new TV. I watch a lot of programming via YouTube. And it's usually unscripted. I really don't watch a whole lot of scripted stuff. Because I like documentaries and stuff like that. I don't watch a whole lot of scripted TV. Because quiet as kept, they piss me off. You get hooked on the shit and then they cancel it. Fuck it. After Mindhunter on Netflix, once they did that to me with Mindhunter, I said, that's it. Never again. You will never suck me into another fucking series and abandon me just when it's getting good. Nope. $85 a month for TV on YouTube? Oh no, that's too rich for my blood. That's too rich for my blood. Nope. Mindhunter was so good, wasn't it, G-Mac? I was so mad when they canceled that. I was so mad. I was so mad. That's why I was like, that was the last time. I said, never again. Never again where I get sucked into a scripted show only for them to cancel it. They had just gotten to BTK. Like it was getting good. Watch Mindhunter, A Pretty Face. That casting is fabulous. The writing is fabulous. Like it was just a great fucking show. And it pissed me off. That like I binged watched that thing because I never even knew about Mindhunter. So I binged watched it during the pandemic. I didn't even know about the show. Because it was so much stuff on you working, doing all these things. I didn't have time to take in all this new stuff. During the pandemic, you were able to explore a lot of things, that you hadn't seen. I run into this show on Netflix. I'm like, ooh, let me watch this and see what this is. Because I love, serial killer stuff and all that stuff. I said, oh, let me look at this. It was outstanding. Only for them to cancel it. I was so damn mad. So, yeah, Netflix does a lot of that shit. That's why I don't like to get sucked in. Now, they have sucked me into La Palma. Is that the one where the volcano explodes and it causes a landslide and stuff? They have sucked me into that. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I'm sucked into La Palma. I'm sucked into that. But it's Norwegian. I think it's Norwegian. So, I hope that it doesn't get canceled. But they probably gonna cancel that shit too. Like, they used to have a show on Netflix. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the name of it again. Because they canceled that. I was so mad. Hold up. Let me find the name of it. Because I can't remember the name of it. I'm just trying to find Ragnarok. Ragnarok, outstanding. That was another great show on Netflix. But I think they canceled that too. if I'm not mistaken. I think they canceled that too. If you haven't seen Ragnarok, yeah, because the last new episode was 2023. If you haven't seen Ragnarok and you like, see, I don't like superhero movies. Not that I don't like them, but I feel like they've done too many, right? Ragnarok, if you like superhero movies, this is a TV show with a different spin on how superheroes were created. You will love this show. I won't give away anything else. The casting is outstanding. It's absolutely gorgeous to look at because it's filmed in Norway. Go check it out. And thank you so much, whoever said they enjoy the lives. I try to be entertaining. I try to be what I would want to see. Yeah, Deadpool was funny. But you know why? Because Ryan Reynolds is that X Factor. I remember when Ryan Reynolds was a young kid on ABC. Remember he used to be on one of those scripted shows on ABC back in the day? And I remember saying then, that guy has this star quality that the other kids on the show didn't have. Like, you couldn't take your eyes off of him. He was really funny. Like, he had great comedic timing even when he was young. And I remember watching him on that TV show. I don't even remember what TV show it was at the time. But I remember this was way back in the day. Like, before he became the Ryan Reynolds, you know. He was just a guy they would throw in something because he was funny. That's what it was. Two guys, a girl, and a pizza place. He was hilarious in that shit. He was a star in that show. He stood out in ways that the other cast members didn't in that show when I used to watch it when it was on. And I remember saying, this guy, he's fucking hilarious. He needs to make movies. He's bigger than this. He needs more than this. I want more of him and less of them. Listen. So I thoroughly enjoyed Ryan Reynolds' trajectory and seeing him move. I'm going to tell you somebody else I saw pretty early on and said, that guy's going to be a star. He has an X factor that nobody else has. Hold up, I got to look up his name because I can see his name I can see his face, but for right now, I couldn't think of his name. Hold up, what's his name? John Boyega. When I saw John Boyega in Attack the Block, I said then, that boy is a star. It's something about him that's completely different than everybody else in this movie. He had a quality that nobody else had in that movie. It was something, you couldn't verbalize it, but it was something about him. Every moment he was on camera, he was captivating. He took over every scene he was in. And he wasn't trying to, he just did. It was like a natural thing. So it was like John Boyega, I knew this boy is going to be something. Yeah, he's a great actor. But he showed that at a very young age. Attack the Block, outstanding movie. If you have not seen Attack the Block, watch that movie. Watch that movie. That guy, I hate to call him a boy because he's so much younger than me. But Attack the Block. Listen, this our hood, bruv. This our hood, bruv, and we not gonna let no one come in our hood, bruv, and take it over. Listen, I loved me some Attack the Block. You couldn't tell me. I've seen that movie at least 10 times. And I'm sure it's more than that. But when it comes on television, which it doesn't come on TV very often, Attack the Block. Watch that movie. You're going to love it. I guarantee. Watch that movie and then come back and tell me what you thought about it. Attack the Block is a sleeper great movie. It really is. It's entertaining. Yeah, see, Val has seen it. It was really entertaining. It was fun, but it isn't what you expect it to be. And everybody who was at all the characters, the casting was great. Like, everybody in the movie had their thing, but it worked for who they were in that movie. I love that movie. You said you just reminded me of the group Two Hyped Brothers and a Dog. I forgot about that. Doodoo Brown. Doodoo Brown. Man, I used to love Doodoo Brown. Doodoo Brown. Doodoo. At the end, they go, 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 go. Don't play with me. Listen, I'm so old. I remember all that shit. I'm going to take, okay, here's another one. Forrest Whitaker's son was in what? What was he in? He was in Attack the Block? I didn't know that. If he was, Forrest is a great actor. I'm going to tell you something else to see. Hold up, let me find it. I got to find the name because I can see it in my mind. Ghost Dog, The Way of the Samurai. If you have not seen that with Forrest Whitaker, you are sleeping on another great movie. Hands down, one of the best movies I had seen that year when I saw it. Great casting, great script, great direction. Go see Ghost Dog. Ghost Dog was awesome. Ghost Dog was awesome. It says, did I ever watch Atypical? No, I need to, nerd alert. Ghost Dog is the shit, ain't it, Tisha? For people, if you've never seen Ghost Dog, I'm not going to tell you anymore. Watch Ghost Dog. You're going to love it. Came out in 1999. I told you I love movies. So for me, I watch anything once just to see what it is. Watch Ghost Dog, Nobody Here. You're going to love that shit. If you like, Forrest Whitaker's a great actor anyway. But he was so good in Ghost Dog. And the relationship between him and the guy that owned the ice cream truck. Oh my gosh, that was so beautiful. That was one of the most beautiful friendships that I've seen in cinema. It was beautiful. And his relationship with the little girl. Oh, that movie was beautiful. That movie, Attack the Block is free on Hulu for anybody want to look at it. If you want horror movie recommendations, okay, Nerd Alert, we'll talk. Because I've seen a lot of horror movies, but I'm always looking for new shit. I'm always looking at this. I'm the chick that turns on The Conjuring to go to bed. The Conjuring is good sleepy time TV for me. It's entertaining, but it's so relaxing. Listen. And maybe it's just me. I've never watched Luther. My daughter got into Luther. Oh, you prefer comedies. I like comedies too. I do like comedies too. But I tend to like the old school comedies because they weren't so concerned about being politically correct. And that's where you get the good shit. I still watch The Jeffersons. You couldn't make shit like that today. Or All in the Family. You couldn't make that today. But I still watch those things. There's no fucking way you can make that shit now. People too fucking sensitive. Yeah, I still watch 227. Yeah. Sanford and Son. Yep. But you can't make shows like that now. People too fucking sensitive. Those shows were hilarious. But you can't make those things now. Hell, you can't even make Benny Hill now. I used to watch Benny Hill like crazy. Stop playing like man, I used to love me some Benny Hill. I used to sneak and watch Benny Hill because my mother didn't allow us to look at it. She said Benny Hill was a degenerate. My mother said that then because he kind of was a degenerate, but he was a funny degenerate. Him and that old man showing up all the time. Listen, Benny for me, it was the faces. That's what made me laugh at Benny Hill. It was always the fucking faces. He made the best faces. Like no one ever had to talk. I know I should have been asleep, but I would wait until my brother and I, we would wait until my mother would go to sleep. And then once my mother would go to sleep, we would turn it to channel 20 and watch Benny Hill. And I remember one night, my brother and I still remember when this happened. We snuck to watch Benny Hill one night. And we were in our bedroom, we were watching Benny Hill. And it was this episode where Benny went to jump on a bicycle, but the seat fell off. So he was trying to ride that little stick on the bike. And honey, my brother and I, we were in there cackling so hard. My mother came in that room and shut that TV off. I never forgot that episode. That's why that episode always stands out to me. Because that was the episode we got in trouble for. We couldn't hold it. How could you not laugh? It's no way to watch Benny Hill and not laugh. If you watch Benny Hill and don't laugh at it, something wrong with you. Benny Hill's fucking hilarious. You believe boys? Yeah, boys did do that. But Benny sat on the stick, Yugi. That was the difference, Yugi. Benny sat on the pole. He didn't try to stay above it like most guys would do if the seat would fall off. Benny sat on it. You said, is it storming here? Let me see. I don't think so. I don't hear nothing. No, we're not getting any rain today. We got our bad storm yesterday. Oh, you've never seen Benny Hill? Oh, man, nobody here. If you've never seen Benny Hill, oh, is all I can tell you. You gotta watch it, man. You know exactly which episode I'm talking about today. You gotta watch. If you've never seen Benny Hill, oh, you're gonna love Benny Hill. Man. Why you didn't like Benny Hill, Dana? Benny Hill was hilarious. Now, if you would have said you didn't like Benny Hinn, I would have agreed. His scamming ass. His scamming ass. But yeah, I used to love me some damn. As a little kid, I had to really... Yeah, you had to stay up late to see Benny Hill. Because Benny Hill came on late. I think... Didn't it come on close to midnight? But I remember it was really, really late. Oh, you just never found him funny. Ah. I didn't see Idiocracy yet. I need to. Y'all told me I got to see that. I have not seen it yet. See, I still got to watch Sinners. And listen, you all, I'm going to make an executive decision on the date in which we're going to watch the movie. I'll probably put it for the end of the month. So everybody has enough time to watch it. Okay, I'm going to watch Idiocracy. Oh, see, I don't want to lie. I was going to say I'm going to watch it today. But the problem is, as soon as I bring up that fucking YouTube, okay, and YouTube shows me something, I'm going to start watching it and then I'll fall into a fucking rabbit hole. I told y'all lately it's been the EWU body cams. I don't know what it is with me and body cam footage. I fall into a hole and I'm like, good cop. That was a great decision as a police officer. You're a sucky cop. And that 911 operator is horrible. She should be fired. Yeah, I fall into the rabbit hole of police body cam footage videos. And it's hard to get out. That and Russian traffic videos. Man, if you watch Russian traffic videos, it will make you be so alert when you driving. Trust me on this. I swear Russians drive with their fucking eyes closed. Like, what the fuck is going on in Russia? Some of the shit I've watched on those Russian traffic crash videos, I'm like, how the fuck do you even do that? Real shit. Yeah, see, other people like body cam footage is there. Yeah, it must be something special about Russia. I don't get it. People just walk out into the street like it ain't nobody been... And a crosswalk, the cars don't give a fuck about a crosswalk. They don't care that pedestrians are in that crosswalk. They have never met a pedestrian they won't plow through to just keep going. The shit is wild. I watch it because I'm always like, how... And I do watch American traffic collision videos too. I watch some of those because I watch some of those going, I don't even know how the hell you did that. Honestly, because some of it's amazing to watch. Like, how does one... I didn't even know a car could do that. So when you see it, it's like, okay. Okay. I saw somebody say something. I thought, okay, no. But yeah, but that's what so I may watch it today, but if I don't, I will watch it this weekend. Because I just know how it's going to be. As soon as my ass hit that damn YouTube, you might like this. And I'm like, yeah, I would like that. Thank you, YouTube. Jesus. It's between that. What else do I watch on YouTube? I like to watch natural disaster footage on YouTube, earthquake footage, body cams, traffic videos. I like to watch other people watch movies. I'll say this about Hollywood need to understand. They overthink it sometimes. A lot of times sometimes when I watch stuff, I don't want to think at all. I just want to have something to watch that's entertaining. Hollywood, you need to pick up on that. That's why we spend so much time on places like YouTube, because on YouTube, I can watch anything and I don't have to think about it. Like, I love those videos where the guy goes to the overgrown lawns and he has to redo all the lawns, like, to make them look nice. It's very relaxing to me and I don't know why. Maybe it's the buzzing of the equipment. I don't know. But I will sit and watch those fucking videos for hours. And I don't know why. Okay, it's not just me. Because I'm like, I like those videos. That, and it's another guy that goes around and he records himself going around unclogging drains in the street. I don't know why. I watch this man unclog drains in the fucking street. It's so weird, but it's so relaxing to watch. Mowing lawns is actually pretty chill. So is my, yeah, okay. Living Life says rug cleaning. I haven't watched those. Oh, watch people detail cars. I haven't looked at any of them. Y'all, we are so weird. You know, we do tell people, what you about to do, girl? Girl, I'm about to go home and watch some body cam videos and watch this man clear the drains in his street so the water won't back up. And they be like, girl, whatever, girl, it's good stuff. The only thing I hate is that moment when I realized that I have binged watched everything that a creator has in relation to that. And then I go, girl, come out your dark place, girl. You have just watched 120 drain cleaning videos. What are you doing? And then it makes me sometimes go, maybe I should go in my own neighborhood. No, you're not. You're not going to do that. Stop lying to yourself. I am not about to be out there clearing no fucking drains. I already know. But I do like watching it. I do like watching it. I don't know what that's about. I thought it was, I'm glad. I have found my tribe. Listen. We're all sitting there watching that shit. Yeah, I like the power washing videos too. I don't know why. I do like power washing videos. I don't know why I like that type of shit. But I do. I like power washing videos. I absolutely, positively do. And it's a guy that I used to watch too on YouTube. I haven't seen a video in a while. I need to go find him. Now it's making me think about it. The guy who makes meals for his cats. And the cats sit at the table. And he makes the nice little, the cute little, oh, they're the cutest little meals he makes for them. And I'm looking at that shit like, why am I watching this? My cat gets canned food. All three of these cats in here, I'm not making any meals for them. First of all, Bella Mae Jackson's a bitch. John Giovanni Wick, he gonna do whatever the hell he wanna do. And Pickles Jean Miller, she don't never do nothing that I ask. So I'm not doing nothing special for none, not now, one of three of them. So I don't know why I sit and watch. I sit and watch as if I'm gonna get ideas. Have you watched Otters and Foxes? No, I haven't. I know I can't lose with cat. I do put up cat videos sometimes, mostly on my other account, but John Wick don't like me recording him. Every time I record him, he wakes up like, bitch, why are you in my face? Their names are hilarious, right? We're in a black household. You know all the animals have to have three. They have to have a first name, a middle name, and a last name. You have to. You have to. Okay? I'll run down the list for y'all. No, they don't have bougie names. Bella Mae Jackson, that ain't bougie. You got Bella Mae Jackson. John Giovanni Wick, now he after John Wick. That's why it's John Giovanni Wick. And we say it like that too. When he up to somebody like, Mr. Wick, are you challenging me to a fight? He always wins. He always wins. Then I got Pickles Jean Miller. Right? And then we got Russ Diggle. Russ Diggle really only got one name. I just call him Russ Diggle or Rusty. And then I got Heidi Mae Jackson, which is not related to Bella Mae Jackson. Listen. You know it's a lot of Jacksons in America. Yeah, they're not related. They don't even like each other. They really don't even like each other, not those two. But yeah, I'm a big fan of naming my animals. Now I did have a cat one time named Kitty. We didn't work too hard on that one. Who's worried? Bro, get out. We ain't even talking about Trump right now. He crashed out. He saw the president throwing paper towel. He crashed out. Nobody's worried. Nobody even said anything about, we're not even talking about Trump right now. Yeah, we had a cat named Kitty. Only because he wouldn't answer to nothing else, so we just called him Kitty. I had a cat named Kitty. I had a cat named Stripe. And I had a cat, my favorite cat was a cat I had named King. I used to love King. Oh, King was the man. King was the man. And I remember back in the day, I used to go to McDonald's and buy a Happy Meal, because back then they used to give you like a little miniature Barbie doll. He used to love Barbie dolls. He used to love chewing on them and carrying Barbie around the house. No, none of them are orange. Yeah, he used to love to carry Barbie around and chew on her face and head. I miss my kitty. Oh, I miss Kitty. I miss King. I miss all of them. I always miss cats that I have. I've never had the pleasure of owning an orange cat. I started to when we found Bella Mae Jackson. She was a rescue that we adopted. There was another cat I had picked out. His name was Butterfinger. He was a big old orange cat. But then my husband picked out Bella. And Bella ended up being a great mix to the family. We used to have another cat too, Jinxie Poo Poo. Look, here's another name, Jinxie Poo Poo Lala. But she passed away a couple years ago. Yeah, that was her name, Jinxie Poo Poo Lala. I just be coming up with names. Listen, her name was Jinx, but I was like, that is so boring. We got to spice your name up, girl. I remember I sat and had a conversation. Girl, we're going to spice your name up. Your new name is now Jinxie Poo Poo Lala. That's your name. And that was her name from that point forward. You said your cat has multiple names. Currently, you've been calling him Kingsley. Why I know a man named Kingsley? Listen. Hey, Shamonia. Hey, beautiful. Your fur baby is named Sophia. Oh, now that's bougie. Sophia. Sophia. See, I'm not going to get any more animals. If I would get another animal, I would call her Nebraska Jones. I'd want a female, and I would name her Nebraska Jones. Because I love the name Nebraska Jones. It came from this song that I love. One of my favorite songs that I love. By Kimbra. If you don't know about Kimbra, Kimbra, you need to look her up. Fabulous singer. I have Kashka, Pulisifer, and Buddha Brutus. Listen. And before that, his name was Chairman Mao. Listen! Is it a cat or a dog, Yogi, that you call Chairman Meow? Chairman Meow. Because I would have called him Chairman Meow. Ah, okay. And I just saw something. I didn't know that that was Forrest Whitaker's son in Ghost Dog. I had no idea that was his boy. And of course, he looks like his father, and I didn't even catch that. Damn. I didn't even know that. Yeah, Butterfinger is a total orange cat. Is a total orange cat name. I wish I would have found adopted. He was a huge cat though. So like I said, I have one male and two female cats. The male is John Giovanni Wick. The other two are the females. But I wanted to remind you all, don't forget tonight, the new episode of the Straight No Chaser podcast drops tonight at 7 p.m. Spotify, Patreon. The paid members, you already have access to it on Patreon. But Patreon, YouTube, that new episode is going to be there tonight. And I want y'all to know what I talked about today in today's podcast. I talked about the scam of self-reliance. You know, when the government gaslights people into thinking government's not supposed to do nothing for you except take your money and you on your own. Oh, thank you so much. I love English accents because I know depending on where they're from, it's different. So I love that stuff. I just love accents and impressions and playing, I love doing that stuff. But check out this podcast tonight because I talk about how your government has tricked you into paying taxes but expecting nothing from it. Oh yeah, Liverpool is something, ain't it? I can't do all of them. I can only do some of them. So much Mitch shit going on. Oh, what's going on, Seventh Wonder? Look, let me check real quick and see if there's anything popping before I sign off tonight. Let's see whatever updates. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Yeah, we got a lot of taxation without representation. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all a story. We're going to wrap up with a story. Y'all know me and my fucking story time. Okay. I'm going to tell y'all about the time my friend wanted me to fake like I was a British person. Like I was from England. Because she was showing her art to an art gallery. And she wanted me to fake like I was her manager from Britain. Or from London. Or I don't even remember. No, I think it was London was what she said. And, okay. So, my friend, she's an artist, right? She's an artist. So, she was trying to get her paintings in an art studio, right? So, I came to visit her, and she picked me up from the train station, and when I got in the car, she said, listen, before we go back to my place, we're going to stop at this art gallery, because the director of the art gallery, she wants to look at some of my paintings, and I wanted to check it out. I said, okay, no problem. She said, but this is the thing. I told her that I was bringing my manager. And I was like, okay, who's your manager? She's like, you, bitch. Me? Okay. And then she's like, yeah, another thing. I told her you're from London. Bitch, what? How did we, what? She's like, yeah. So when we get there, just, you know, you don't even have to talk much if you don't want to. I just want her to check out my paintings, give me some feedback. Girl, Miss Val, girl, this is my girlfriend. She was always coming up with some crazy ass plan, you know? So we go to the art gallery, and this was in Philly. So it was a nice art gallery, one of those fancy art galleries. And my friend, she has all her paintings, and we take them in, and the lady has us set them up, and she's talking to my friend, and she's giving her feedback, and I'm thinking to myself, just as long as I don't have to talk, I'm gonna be good. I remember that whole time I was in that art gallery, I didn't say nothing. I didn't, because that was before I had perfected an English accent, you understand? So I didn't say nothing, okay? And I just remember when we left there, I was like, bitch, listen, the next time you want me to pretend to be somebody else, how about you give me a heads up so I can practice? Get my lies straight and shit? That would be helpful. You can't tell the difference between an Englishman and an Australian. Oh, those are 3 different accents. Now, I can't do all of those, but I know that those are 3 different accents. I can tell the difference between an Irishman, an Australian, and an English. Where I fall short is the difference between someone from Britain and someone from England. I can't really hear the differences. I know there is a difference, but I don't usually hear it right away. But I know there's a difference. It's not the same thing, you know. And then I know, no, I don't think it's the same thing. Look. Yogi said, wait, it's not the same thing? I'm pretty sure because all the areas have different, they are the same, listen. Y'all know I will clown me. I don't have a problem doing that. Fuck if I know. Fuck if I know. Oh, England is a country that is a part of Great Britain. But I still think the dialects are different. You understand? It's like America. If you live up the coast, like say Boston and shit, you talk a lot different than people that live in Florida. That's how I look at it. And I should have said it in that way. Look, I'm having a hot flash, y'all. I'm sorry. Jesus. But that's how I look at it. That depending on where you're from in those areas, their dialect is a little different. You know, they got their different pieces of slang, the different way that they enunciate and shit like that. That's the stuff. Oh, some speak Walsh. Yeah, see, yeah. That I remember them talking about. That's as Americans. Yeah, I've heard of that Cockney accent. Is like, yeah, and all that other stuff. So I know they have those differences in that regard. Because they get into who actually speaks the King's English and who doesn't, blah, blah, blah. Manx English is exotic. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like the States where it's all something different here, depending on where you go. Depending on where you go. For me, my favorite accent in America, if I had to choose a location, ooh, that would be tough. For me, my favorite accents in America are LA, Jersey. I like Jersey accent better than I like New York, because Jersey and New York do not sound the same. People say that, but they do not. Jersey is way more hardcore than New York to me, as far as accents. Jersey hit different. And they always got an attitude in everything they say. So that's why I like Jersey. Boston. I love a Boston accent. Oh, I'm from D.C. I'm born and raised in D.C., but listen, don't believe everything. Oh, D.C. has a certain little twang of how they say things. Everything, mothers, fathers. That DC accent is that I can pick out a DC accent in a lineup. Baltimore too. You, T, Doug. Yeah, Baltimore has a very the funny thing is Baltimore and Pennsylvania ain't too honestly they have a lot. Yeah, Baltimore, I'd be like, what kind of fucking word is that? Because I'm in the same state with you. What is Doug? Oh, dog. Ah. I remember when I first found that out in Baltimore. I was like, what? Doug? I don't like no Dougs. Fuck is a Doug? Oh, dog. Oh, okay. Yeah, New Orleans has a nice accent. Yeah, New Orleans does too. Yeah, they love to say Doug in Baltimore. Notice I call it Baltimore. That's because that's my southern roots with my family. Because they don't call it Baltimore. They call it Baltimore. Just like they don't call it a dog in the South. It's a dog. D-A-W-G. Dog. And you got to move your mouth like that to say it. Because if you don't say it like that, it ain't going to come out right. Dog. That's how they say it down south. That's how my family used to say, that damn dog. You'd be like, damn, I didn't know dog had so many syllables, so many letters. But it does. Yeah. In Baltimore, it's D-U-G is dog. Doug. That's a dog in Baltimore. Dog, D-A-W-G, is a dog in the South. Listen, I know. See, because what I know is if you don't understand the dialect and how people talk, you can get yourself hurt, especially in Baltimore. Especially in Baltimore. You go up there talking some DC slang and it don't mean the same thing in Baltimore that it means in the DC, get yourself in all types of trouble. Nope. Yeah, I'm originally born and raised in DC, but I was not allowed to say everything. I mean, I'm sorry. See, I just said it the wrong way. I couldn't say everything. I had to say everything in my mother's house. She wouldn't allow us to say it like that. But that's why when Taraji P. Henson came out and she was in Baby Boy, I knew instantly she was from DC. I said, "Oh, you hear that DC twang? I hate you, Jody." It's how she say hate. You just knew it was DC. You just knew it wasn't LA. You knew she wasn't from LA. That girl was from DC. That was DC twang all day. DC twang all day, especially when she got mad. And Taraji still got that DC twang. Like it never went away. Like some people, you can't tell they're from DC. Taraji, you can tell she's from DC. You can hear it in her voice. That's why I love me some Taraji. No matter what I see her in, she make me feel like I'm at home. Why are you scared of Baltimore, Miss Thompson? Quiet as kept, I am too. I'm not going to pretend. I'm not tough enough for Baltimore. I don't know the city well enough to go up to Baltimore and act like I'm tough enough for Baltimore. Baltimore on another level. I'm not tough enough for them. The city I can still hang with for the most part, but for real, I ain't no city girl. I ain't lived in the city in decades. So that's not really my bag either. Nah. Yeah, real estate is fairly, depending on where you are in Baltimore, but Baltimore's a nice city. Yeah, Baltimore, I can tell you this, Baltimore got the best food. Baltimore got bomb-ass food. Now, you want to eat a great damn meal? Take your ass to Baltimore. You scared of D.C.? Oh, no, D.C. ain't shit to be scared of. You come off, honestly, D.C. ain't nothing to be. Back in the day, now the 80s, D.C. was something to be afraid of. Now, nah, they soft as shit. They soft as cotton. If anything in the city, they just fucking loud. And let me tell you something. I'm from the city, born and raised in the city. And what I know from living in the city and growing up in the city, loud people ain't gonna do shit. Loud people are punks. The people that you always need to be afraid of in the city are quiet people. Quiet people will whoop your ass. Loud people ain't gonna do a damn thing but be loud. Or that's all they're gonna do. Make a production, talk a lot of shit, but they will never do anything. A quiet person will say nothing and jump on your ass. That's what I know from growing up in the city. That's where I was taught, don't write checks with your mouth that your ass can't cash in the city. And you're right, ain't nothing like Maryland crabs. Ain't nothing like Maryland crabs. But Baltimore has great food, not just crabs. They just have great fucking food. Baltimore does, hands down, Baltimore has great fucking food. When I go to Baltimore, I'm going to eat. Because Baltimore is a place, I mean, they have other things you can do too. It's a beautiful city. It really is. Baltimore is a beautiful city, but they have great fucking food. But don't be afraid of Baltimore. Don't even be afraid of D.C. D.C. ain't shit to be afraid of. Only people that's afraid of the D.C. because they think it's going to be something that it's not. But it's not. It's not what you think it is. What I love about D.C. the most is fucking go-go. Now, because that's our hometown, homegrown music. Nothing hits like that. Nothing. Now, I don't go to go-go's because I don't consider them to be safe places to go. Not what did Trump do today besides not go to Texas? Get mad, nothing. Mad about everything, still dodging Epstein questions. Personally, I'm waiting for Pam Bondi to get fired, like I told y'all, because I think that eventually she's going to get fired. So that's what I think is going to happen. And it looks like Democratic senators have introduced a bill to prohibit ICE agents from wearing masks. You know what I found funny? Remember when COVID was happening and conservatives said that they couldn't wear masks because it was so hard on them? Hey, DJ Corey, it was so hard. They couldn't breathe. But them same motherfuckers is wearing masks now as ICE agents. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Trying to figure out what this. I'm just like, yeah. What is that? Sorry, I just saw something and it got me like. Have you ever Have you guys ever heard of vinegar worms? I've never heard of that. I didn't know worms could be in vinegar. I hate coming on Reddit. I should have never came on this fucking app. Me either. I didn't know there could be little tiny worms in vinegar. And we probably don't even pay attention to it. It's a nematode common in vinegar. They're harmless. There was a time you couldn't make vinegar that was free of these things, but most Westerners are unfamiliar with them due to pasteurization. That's why we don't see them here in America. Because vinegar, people, the companies that make vinegar tend to pasteurize their vinegar. But some countries in Europe remain unpasteurized in a deliberate attempt to preserve cultural associations with their regional specialness, which includes allowing their specific types of vinegar eels to reproduce. You would probably know if you had them in your vinegar, they live in the mother, the snotty crud at the bottom, like kombucha, when it isn't pasteurized. When I just saw the video, I was like, that's why I saw my eyes go like that. Like, the fuck did I just see? I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know that was a thing. See, I'm just looking to see. They say 60 Minutes found no criminal record for 75% of the Venezuelan migrants the U.S. sent to a mega prison in El Salvador. That's crazy. So they sent those men to a prison in El Salvador, and now they're trapped in a prison in El Salvador, and they're not even criminals. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now, I want to end on this note tonight. I'm going to read something to you. It says, billionaires want us to forget that a father in the 1980s could spend 40 hours a week selling VCRs and own a home with 2 cars while going on family vacations in a single income household. That was the reality in the 80s. You could sell VCRs, still own a house, have 2 cars, go on vacations, and only one of you work. The only reason why it's still not like that is because rich people don't want it to be. That's the only reason why we can't live that life anymore. They want us to work until we die. I know saying that picture was from when he went to Puerto Rico. I'm just hoping he goes to Texas and throws paper towels there too. That's all. Maybe it'll help to clean up some of the stuff and it won't cost us as much in tax dollars. That's how I feel about it. No, conservatives were an outrage when he threw paper towels at Puerto Ricans. Folks gonna learn. I love you guys and thank you so much for joining me this evening. No, I know you got me, Sin. I know you do. I know it brought back bad memories. I put it up because I'm wondering if Trump's going to go to Texas and throw paper towels like he did in Puerto Rico, Sin. But I think that he's smart enough to know he better not go to Texas with that bullshit. I think he's smart, but he's surprised me on so many other things. On so many other things. So I could be wrong. He may very well do it again. You know, I know y'all don't need him there, Carr. Quiet as kept. Trump coming there is a distraction for what Texas needs to be doing, frankly. Like when conservatives used to say, why hasn't Joe Biden been there? Because Joe Biden going to a place where they're trying to work to do what they need to do is a distraction. Nothing else can happen in that area when the president shows up. Nothing. So, listen, y'all know I ain't no Trumper, but Trump don't need to go there because if Trump goes there, he's literally stopping all work. So no, if he goes, there is no other work because can't nothing else fly in the vicinity when he's up there flying around. So if we're lucky, the White House will keep him away from Texas for now. They'll just keep him away from there. Love you too, Thor. Yeah, I'm going to watch that. I'm going to watch Idiocracy. I'm going to watch it. It just won't be tonight because I know I'm going to watch Body Cam. Because I had started watching one last night and I didn't get to finish it before I went to bed. So I just want to let you guys know I love you guys. I love our conversations. Thank you so much for the likes. We got 38,000 likes this live. Thank you for all the shares. We got over 50 shares this live. Thank you for all the gifts, all the engagement. I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters because I do this every live. Number 1, beautiful Sanopa. Hey, beautiful. Number 2, beautiful Miss Val. Number 3, beautiful Deneen. Number 4, beautiful Tasha. Number 5, beautiful Celiana. And a special shout out to number 6, beautiful Kim. Thank you all so much. Thank you all for the gifts. Even if I didn't mention your name, I appreciate you. Remember, I always tell you, your most valuable commodity is your time. And I appreciate you giving me some of your time, because once you spend it, you can't get time back, right? Once you spend it. So I appreciate that. I will be back here tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on TikTok Live. Don't forget to check out tonight's Straight No Chaser podcast episode, where I talk about the scam of self-reliance and how your government just wants to take your tax dollars but then tell you shouldn't expect nothing from it. So then the question becomes, why are you taking my money and you don't want me, you don't want to give me anything? That sounds like you taking me for a sucker. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of being a sucker for the government. So check that out tonight, 7 p.m., okay? I love you guys, and I'm going to end this live the way I end all lives. Don't let nobody live rent-free in your head, y'all. Don't feed the trolls, and you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Peace. Bye-bye.